Hello and welcome back to the Sergio Perez career. Today we're at Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. So we cut on to the end of our first flying lap and it takes us provisional P1, but we will get knocked down in the future because there will be faster lap times as we cut to our fifth flying lap as we go up to P7, and now we're going to have to go for another lap, and it's our sixth lap going to the checkered flag, and this lap is going to put us into P3 on the grid.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Ricciardo, Nico Rosberg, and Vettel, Raikkonen, Alonso, Bottas, and Felipe Massa, Hulkenberg, Sainz, Jenson Button, and Grosjean, Ericsson, Magnussen, Daniel Kvyat, and Jolyon Park, Gutierrez, and Harry Anto, Pascal Wehrlein, and Felipe Massa starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
So it's 5 red lights for the Canadian Grand Prix, and away we go. Looks like Hamilton has got a good start on Verstappen. Will he overtake him going into turn 1? He holds it around the outside, and yes, Hamilton is into P1 as we try and look around the outside of Verstappen, but we can't quite manage to do so. So cutting on to lap 2 now, and there's a yellow flag behind, I think, but we have lost out to Rosberg in the second half of the turn 2, and we're down to P3. But coming on to the end of lap 2 as Rosberg overtakes Verstappen, and that slows him down, so we are able to overtake him as Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race so far, and DRS is enabled, and it looks like Ricciardo has also overtaken Verstappen, his teammate. So that is 3 positions in the space of 2 corners, and it's a safety car. I wonder what's happened. I'm not quite sure, but we cut on to lap 9 and we're getting overtaken almost by the Ferrari of Raikkonen. We get a bad exit, and that allows him through to P1, as during the safety car the 2 Mercedes went to pit, but now we're under pressure from Ricciardo as well, and we've lost P2 from him, and we slightly touch Ricciardo in the back as he goes into the pits. And now we cut on to lap 10, and Gutierrez has been disqualified and Romain Grosjean is out the race. So let's see what happened. Gutierrez is just casually going around the hairpin, and he's teleported to first corner, and then he teleports to the pits, then he goes back to the grass. And now let's see what happened to Grosjean. He's just going around turn 1, and then Gutierrez swipes him as he teleports to the grass, and that takes off his teammate's tyre. And both Haas drivers are out of the race, as we are now under pressure from Valtteri Bottas going into the last chicane, and we have lost P2 to Bottas, and now we're in P3, but we cut on to lap 12, and now we're under pressure, this time from Max Verstappen, but he goes into the pits, so a bit of an earlier stop for him as we go down to complete lap 12, but we cut on to lap 13, and our engineer is saying it's time to go on to the intermediate tyres as DRS is disabled, and as you can see on the screen, the rain is coming down as we almost perfect the braking point and just getting it to go green on time. Now we're into the pits. We're going to go and come on and put on the intermediate tyres. We get a bit held up by the Toro Rosso, but we have ended up jumping Valtteri Bottas, and now we're going to look at an outboard shot, and Verstappen, who has just pit onto the ultra softs, is now getting swamped by Sainz and Button as they have pit onto the intermediate tyres and Verstappen hasn't. And now we're going to cut on to the end of lap 17, and there's a battle between Button and Sainz, and that's going to allow Hulkenberg to catch to the back of the pair, and he's going to try and look around the outside, and that's a bit of contact between Hulkenberg and Rosberg. I'm not sure how much damage that has done, but Nico Hulkenberg's going to go up the inside, that's going to go round to the outside of turn 2, and he has done a great overtake on Carlos Sainz. That's good moving by Hulkenberg, but we cut on to the end of the race, and we come home for a solid P3 finish.
I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you've pulled through. Thank you.
If you did enjoy this episode of the Sergio Perez career, do leave a like, share the video around, and subscribe to the channel for more F1 videos, including this series and the Korean Wood series, which I also do. So see you next time for that, and goodbye.